Boy, we got so caught up with the goings-on in Washington, D.C., we totally forgot on this side of the border, it's National Cheese Lovers Day. If you're a fan of cheese, foodpreneur and cookbook author Trevor Lui joins us. Oh, and you got a new book, too. Congratulations.
Thank you very much. We should rename this segment Out with Trump, In with Cheese, right?
Sure thing. You got it. So, and that's double happiness, which is in stores now this week.
In stores now, your retailers, or on our website.
Yeah, online, of course.
It's online, of course. Safe distance shopping, curbside. And in here, we've got a ton of recipes, a legacy from my life growing up in Canada as an immigrant kid, and a lot of stuff around cheese as well, Bob. And today, we're taking a look at things that we did in our book that's inspired by my childhood growing up, and integrating things from our pantry to Western style things, like a cheese board, for instance.
Okay.
And I worked on this cheese board with a friend named Afram Pristine a couple years back, and he helped me make an Asian style cheese. And what we did is we just had some soft brie, and we had this soaking in some sake and some toasted rice and a little bit of green matcha powder. And then we just patted it dry and then put it down on this board with all this great stuff. Some poached pears, some apple butter, some spiced nuts, some fruit, some honey. And instead of using like toasted bread crostinis, we took Asian baos, sliced them up, and just lightly fried them to make little sweet, crispy bread that you can, I'm going to cut this open so you can actually see what it looks like on the inside. Nice and cheesy, right? And you can just make a little spread like that. So that's perfect that you can make nice Ontario cheese as well. And all the preserves are local.
Oh, that looks so good.
Right? Cheese boards is a great thing to work over at, especially when you're at home now. Everyone's got a nice bottle of wine, have a cheese board, and watch
binge
some
watching
reality
TV. Yep, and snacking away.
Yeah, I mean, who isn't watching 10 episodes of one thing in one night? I know me and my wife are. So, and then we're doing a tostada, but a Korean-style bulgogi beef tostada. And so I wish you were here so you could smell it. And I know I'm not in the studio, but I've got some beef here that's been cooking, and it was marinated in a Korean spice that we made ourselves with ginger and pear and sugar and soy sauce.
Oh, that sounds amazing.
Take a corn tortilla, fry it up, and then we're going to assemble this really, really quick. Little bit of lettuce, little bit of kimchi. We're going to put a little bit of this salsa that we made ourselves. It's got corn and tomato, so it's like a corn roja. And then a little bit of dairy here as well, as we've got some lime crema that we made ourselves. And then you top it off with some onions, and then a little bit of cilantro. And then we're talking cheese, right?
Yep.
We've got this amazing Ontario queso. So Mexican cheese goes right on top. Now you can finish that with some hot sauce, but of course we like to put a little bit of lime on that as well.
How would you describe that cheese?
So that's my version. It is a hard cheese. It's almost, consistency is almost like a feta, but it's got a little bit of a rubbery texture. It's amazing. It melts great. It doesn't get too runny. So it's great on your tostadas and your tacos. It's amazing. And it's great for making things like Mexican street corn.
Wow, that looks so good. And that's leaping from the pages of Double Happiness.
Yes, it is. Both these recipes are in Double Happiness. It's 88 recipes and soulful stories, as I would call, about my journey of food. As a kid growing up in Toronto to immigrant parents from Hong Kong, I was a restaurant brat, so I've got lots of restaurant stories as well.
Yeah. Can you give some examples out of the book where you did meld, Western cuisine with some of these, from, your family's recipes?
Well, this is a perfect example of a cheese board and a tostada, but another one would be like, everyone who doesn't like guacamole, for one, right?
Yeah.
One of the dishes that I created is called guacamole. So rather than using all avocado, I integrated pulses of soybean or edamame and some garlic, so we call it guacamole. So a little bit of Asian mixed with Mexican fusion, and a little bit of Asian hot sauce on top. That's a perfect example. And the other things is, we grew up in a Canadian-style Chinese restaurant. And so I took a lot of those recipes that I had from memory as a kid and reinvented them for 2020 and 21, a little healthier with things that we would find in a grocery store today, which is really accessible for everyone.
Well, we can't wait to check out some of those recipes. And when this pandemic's over, to get you in our kitchen. Thanks so much, Trevor Lui.
We love it. Well, take care.